Hello again, racing fans, compliments of the season, and welcome to Commentator Smit's comments. I trust you've all enjoyed your Christmas and New Year's celebration. In between all of that, we of course have been treated to some top quality racing action here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. And for us here in Cape Town on the first Saturday in January, the festive season normally draws to a close on a very elegant blue and white note with the running of the Vayner King's Plate race meeting. Here's the computer form. 10 races have been carded, and I've printed it as you can see. You too can have it at your fingertips. All you need to do is to go to the tab 4 Racing app, click on the menu, click on race cards, click on computer form essay. It's there, you download it, you print it, and you'll have all the information at your fingertips to make an informed decision. That is also your one-stop shop for all your racing needs. You'll have the tote at your fingertips, also whatever information and news you require, together with the fact that you'll see one of the icons that will pop up, a carry forward pick 6 to this coming Saturday's Vayner King's Plate meeting here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. But more about that a little bit later on. A bumper 10 race card is what we can look forward to, and we're off to a very early start. 12:05 is the off time of the first race. It's the Okapi Ladies International, run over 1,200 meters, and we have some very talented lady riders that will be participating in this race, and I'm sure they will all be going out there trying their very best, because whoever wins it will have the bragging rights of having won the inaugural Ladies International. The second race on the card is the Drakenstein Farms Work Riders Maiden Plate over 1,000 meters, but after that is where we get into the action. The third race of the day is the first of our feature races. It's also the first leg of the place accumulator. It's the Cartier Stakes for 2-year-olds to be run over 1,000 meters. And just judging at the lineup, there are one or two that I'm going to be keeping a watchful eye on, purely because of the weight turnarounds. One of them being number 2, Golden Tatiana. Now, she's 3 kilos better off with Speeding Bullet from when they last met, and she was an unlucky loser on that day. Number 4, William West, is also 3 kilos better off with Speeding Bullet. So those two should come into the reckoning, but I think that the Justin Snaithyard does have a very strong hand here, and whoever beats number 6, Gimme Lightning, will inevitably end up in the number 1 box. Race 4 is the first leg of the carry forward pick 6. There is a 1 million rand carry forward boosting the pool. It's estimated to get up to 6 million rand by the time they jump at 1350. And race 4 is the Franschhoek Motor Museum Winchester Sprint over 1,000 meters. And here, again, it looks like the Justin Snaithyard will have the last say. 8, We're Jamming, is equipped with blinkers for the first time on Saturday, and I think that is in all likelihood the horse that they all have to beat. The one that I'm most looking forward to seeing in action is number 6, Trompy. Now, he is a kilo and a half worse off with We're Jamming from when they last met, but I do think Trompy will get much closer to the action on Saturday. So you can do this one of two ways. You can either make a banker or try and beat the favorite, but then you're going to have to include quite a few with as much as the budget can allow. The first of our graded stakes races is race 5 on the card. It's the Cartier Stakes, grade 2, to be run over 1,200 meters, and quite a few of them are renewing rivalry. The standout horse and the class act in the race is number 13, Princess Keller, purely because of the way she won her last start over a distance short of her best, but she is going for her 4th win on the trot. However, the thing that does count against her is the fact that she's having a second run after a lengthy layoff. So I'm personally looking at trying to beat her in this race. The horse that I've always had a very soft spot for is running in this race, and that's number 9, Golden Hostess. Now, she drops in trip, and she does have a devastating turn of foot, albeit that she sometimes leave it for too late. So she's definitely one that I'm going to be keeping a watchful eye on. And number 2, Chowbella, who was runner-up in the Fillies Guineas last time out, she also needs to be put into the play, as she had one run thus far over 1,200 meters. She finished 5th on that occasion, but she's a model of consistency and cannot be ignored. Then we move on to race 6, which is the Rupert Vayner Premier's Trophy Grade 2 over 1,800 meters. And this race does have a pretty wide open look about it. On closer inspection, I thought, you could probably make a case for a number of them. The likes of One Rascallion, who's having his third run after rest. He's also half a kilo worse off at the weights with number 3 Universal. Pomp and Power. If he behaves and he settles, he could just about be right there where it matters most. The horse that does stand out, and purely because of the weight differentiations, is number 3 Universal. He'll be cherry ripe. He's having his third run after rest. He absolutely flew up for second in the Green Point last time out, and he put Comedy Dung into third. I think whoever beats him in this race will in all likelihood be the winner. Do It Again cannot be ignored, nor can Warrior. But a horse that I will be keeping a very watchful eye on is number 5 Gem King. And I think he's certainly one that one needs to keep an eye on, maybe even include as a roughie in one's play. Then on to race 7, which is the Cartier Paddock Stakes. Wait for age, the first of the grade 1s on the card. And my favorite filly will be back in action. And that's number 3 Captain's Ransom. Now, I'm one of those that's not going to look beyond her, purely because of the fact that she's back to defend her crown. However, 1800 is at the top of her range as far as distance is concerned. We have some hard knockers in this race, the likes of 6 Marina, who is 4.5 kilos better off with the Fillies Guineas winner. Number 8, Make It Snappy, who she meets again, and Make It Snappy, of course, went from gun to tape to win the Fillies Guineas. And we also have the Hollywood Bets Devon July winner, number 7, Sparkling Water, in the lineup. So you can see a case can be made for a number of them, but I'm going to stick to number 3 Captain's Ransom as the horse that I'm not only going to be bankering, but will be watching with keen interest. Then on to the 8th race, the Lormerock King's Plate, weight for age grade 1, to be run over 1600 meters. And what a quality lineup this race has attracted. And everybody's saying, look no further than number 9, Charles Dickens. He has been super impressive in his victories of late. The manner in which he finishes off his races with consummate ease certainly does make him the horse to beat. And this will certainly cement him as one of the true legends of the turf if he were to come through as a 3-year-old to win this race. So I'm looking no further than number 9, Charles Dickens. However, if the Snaith Yard has anything to say, I do know that they reckon they're going to give him a run for his money with number 10, Jet Dark, who's back for the 3rd year in a row to defend his title. And Comedy Dung is having his 3rd run after rest. He's also 2 kilos better off at the weights with Triple Fortune, whom he met in the Green Point Stakes last time out. So there's a case that can be made for a couple of the older rivals, and there are multiple Group 1 winners. Charles Dickens has only won 1 grade 1 thus far, but it does certainly look to be something special, and he's going to be a banker in many perms on the day. Race 9 is the Glorious Goodwood Merit Rated 74 handicap over 1600 meters, and there's 12 runners that will face the starter in the last leg of the Pick 6, which I'm going to pass by because there is one more feature race on the card, and we end with a marathon event over 2,500 meters, which is the Merchants on Long Chairman's Cup Grade 3 over 2,500 meters. Now, having had a look at this race, the first horse that caught my attention was number 12, Navy Strength, because this horse certainly has just been getting better and better the further he's gone. However, there is a horse that I thought at the weights could run a cracker, and that's number 5, Master Redoute, because he's having his peak run. He's a kilo better off at the weights with number 13, Navy Strength, and he's also 2.5 kilos better off with number 12, Han Solo, for their meeting in the Algoa Cup. So to me, the each-way selection in the last race is number 5, Master Redoute. There are many hard knockers that will be taking their place in the lineup of 15 runners who will face the starter for the last of the afternoon. 10 bumper races is what we can look forward to. All the information you need is jam-packed in this week's edition of the Computer Form. If you haven't yet made a reservation, I'd suggest you go onto the Lormerock King's Plate website or visit the Cape Racing website, and there you'll get more information about what is still available and where you would be able to get your place to come and soak up the atmosphere and be part of the action. It promises to be a day you don't want to miss, particularly because of Charles Dickens that is going for 7 in a row. I'm Rupert Smit. I look forward to seeing you in your blue and white on Saturday. I'll be in the hot seat, and I look forward to seeing you at the races.